Yes, guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel, where the international break will be ending and the club football will be coming back. Match week number 9 predictions are coming up on this video of the 2020-21 Premier League season. So I'm really looking forward to the games we have in store. So let's have a quick look at how everyone did in match week 8. I got 6 points, no perfect scores, but I did get 6 outcomes, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Top scorer for match week 8 was Screamboy8, and Screamboy8 came away with 9 points. So very, very well done to Screamboy8. A big Arsenal fan, I do believe, as well. So very, very well done to you. So we will look at the fixtures for match week number 9, and Newcastle United against Chelsea is the first game. That's a 12:30 kickoff on BT Sport on Saturday. All these games are on TV now. Aston Villa against Brighton is also on BT Sport. Tottenham against Manchester City is Sky Sports. That'll be a cracking game. That's my game of the weekend for sure. Manchester United against West Brom. Fulham against Everton. Sheffield United against West Ham. Leeds United against Arsenal. Liverpool against Leicester City. Another game of the weekend. Burnley against Crystal Palace. And Wolves against Southampton. So the first game to preview and predict is Newcastle United against Chelsea. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Newcastle and 3 wins to Chelsea. And the last result was a 1-0 win to Newcastle. Well, Newcastle United, I think the international break came at the right time. It was a very poor performance against Southampton. Really, really poor. I thought Southampton played very, very well on the day. But you have to say it was a poor performance from Newcastle. And I think, as I've said, I do think the international break did come at the right time because it was a very poor performance for Newcastle. They've got players coming back for sure. It's interesting though that there is always a very surprise result after an international break. Chelsea have been going really, really well. They won 4-1 against Sheffield United last time out, and it has to be said it was a very, very good performance from Chelsea. They're looking very, very good. Ziyech in particular has been fantastic recently for Chelsea. But I've just got a feeling, and I've had this feeling for a wee while, for quite most of this week for sure, is that I think there's going to be a surprise here. I am actually going to go for a Newcastle United victory. I think Newcastle will beat Chelsea. Could be bonkers, could be completely bonkers on this one. But I am going to go for it. Newcastle United 2, Chelsea 1. I am going to go for a Newcastle United win. I have a feeling Saint-Maximin is going to have a very good game. And I think he could cause that Chelsea backline a few problems. And not many teams can contain him for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, 2-1 to Newcastle United. So we'll see what happens for that one. Aston Villa against Brighton. There's only been 2 meetings between Aston Villa and Brighton in the Premier League era, and it is 1 win to Villa and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. Again, if the international break came at the right time for Newcastle, it may have came at the wrong time for Aston Villa because they've just won 3-0 against Arsenal 2 weeks ago. Cracking performance from Aston Villa. Thoroughly deserved. It could have been even more as well. I mean, the way that McGinn, Barkley played really well. Ollie Watkins as well. He's been a cracking signing for Aston Villa. As I've said, the international break has come at the right time for Brighton. Brighton just can't score goals, unfortunately, and that's why they're where they are. Mid-table. Only a few points above the relegation zone as well. So going to be really interesting, but the way Villa are playing right now, you can only back Villa. I'm going to back Villa to win this one. I'm going to go for Aston Villa 2, Brighton 0 in this game. And one of the games of the weekend is Tottenham against Manchester City. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to City, 1 win to Spurs and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-0 win to Tottenham. Tottenham, you have to say they have had a very good week. They did play very well last time out. Actually, let me just check who they were playing. Oh yeah, they beat Spurs, but they beat West Brom by a 0-0. Harry Kane header that was as well. So Tottenham doing really well. They're grinding out results. This is what a Mourinho team does, is that they grind out results, and that is one thing you can say, is that they are a very good team grinding out results, but they just can't keep doing that. They need to start winning home games. That's one thing I can say. They do need to start winning home games, and it is going to be a really interesting game because, as I said, Manchester City are coming off the back of a 1-1 with Liverpool. Probably should have won that game. They should have probably won that game. But as I've said, it could be a very good game, this one. I think Pep will look ahead to this game. I think he will look to the fact that they did lose at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season, and I think they're going to right that wrong by winning this one. I'm going to go for a Manchester City win, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. I do think Spurs will make it very, very difficult for them. I do think City will make it difficult for them. I think Aguero could be back for this game as well. That will be absolutely crucial as well. But to be fair, Gabriel Jesus played very well against Liverpool. So I'm gonna say that Man City will win 2-1 against Tottenham. And the 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday is Manchester United against West Brom. The last 5 between the sides makes it for a very interesting reading, it has to be said. 2 wins to United, 2 wins to West Brom, and 1 draw. The last result was a 1-0 win to West Brom. Manchester United, it has to be said, they won 3-1 against Everton. Looked very, very good. Now, this is something that you'd have to say. Donny van de Beek, Edison Cavani, and there was another one, have all scored on their debuts for Manchester United in the Premier League. So very, very well done to them. So that's something that you can say, is that they are looking very, very good, Manchester United. But can they get a consistent run together? That is the one thing you can say. But as I've said, it was a good win against Everton. They played very, very well. Bruno Fernandes, who else? Bruno Fernandes has been fantastic for Manchester United, it has to be said. So it's going to be a very interesting game because, as I said, West Brom coming off the back of a 1-0 defeat to Tottenham. Really difficult because they actually played well in that game. Really unlucky to lose 1-0, but the problem is that I don't think you're going to be able to rely on this Johnston guy in goal. He's not very good. He's not very, very good, and I've just got a feeling that time is running out for Slaven Bilic. I have to say that now. I think time is running out for Slaven Bilic. So, but Manchester United have not won at home this season in the Premier League. I think that will stop. I think Manchester United will win this one. I think it'll be a pretty comfortable win for them as well. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Manchester United in this game. So we'll see what happens with that one. Fulham against Everton is the first of 4 games on Sunday, actually. This is live on the BBC as well. So big one, this one. The last 5 between the sides of Rotterdam. 1 win to Fulham and 4 wins to Everton. The last result was a 2-0 win to Fulham. Well, really, really interesting stuff, you'd have to say, for sure. Fulham, well, they are coming off the back of a 1-0 defeat to West Ham. Oh dear. Ademola Lookman, what are you doing? Thinking of doing a Panenka penalty in the last minute of the game when you've got the chance to snatch a draw? Oh dear. Oh dear. Very poor from him. And this is the thing, like, he is only 23, but he's been at clubs. He's been at Everton. He's been at Leipzig. He's been all over the place as well, Ademola Lookman. So really, really poor from him. Everton coming off the back of a 3-1 defeat to Manchester United. I think the international break did come at the right time as well. Richarlison will be back for Everton this game. I think he's a big miss for them when he's been suspended. That's one thing you can say, because I think they do like goals. Bernard is good, but he's not Richarlison. So I'm going to say that Everton will bounce back with this win. Fulham 0, Everton 2. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Everton. And the first game on Sky Sports for Super Sunday is Sheffield United against West Ham. Very interesting game, this one, you'd have to say. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to Sheffield United, 1 draw and 1 win to West Ham. The last result was a 1-0 win to Sheffield United. Well, Sheffield United, they're coming off the back of a 4-1 defeat to Chelsea. Really poor defensively. I think the international break did come at the right time for Sheffield United. But they do need to start getting wins. Rooted at the bottom of the table. Really, really difficult one to predict, this one, because West Ham are coming off the back of a 1-0 win over Fulham. And it has to be said, they should have had that game wrapped up. They should have had that game wrapped up, you'd have to say, in that game. But it was a late goal as well. Looked offside as well, you'd have to say. Haller looked like he was offside in the build-up, but then again, who knows? Who knows with this offside rule? Who knows with this offside rule? Really hard one to call. I think Sheffield United will make it difficult for West Ham, but they are struggling for goals. They are really struggling for goals right now. So I'm going to go for West Ham to get the away win here by a 1-0. I don't think there's going to be many goals in this one. Sheffield United 0, West Ham 1. Another good game in store for us. Leeds United against Arsenal. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 3 wins to Arsenal, 1 win to Leeds and 1 draw. And the last result was a 4-1 win to Arsenal. But this was way back in the 2003-2004 season, which Leeds were relegated, of course. I think Leeds United will be happy to be back at Elland Road, because back-to-back 4-1 defeats to Leicester City and Crystal Palace. How on earth is Bamford offside? Let me just put it this way. Great ball through to Bamford, and everyone thinks it's a goal until VAR intervenes and his arm is like comes down here. It was absolutely shocking decision. But do you know what? Leeds United have had a very good start to the season, so I think they'll be pretty happy with the fact that they are doing well. And it's going to be a really, really interesting game, because they are coming up against an Arsenal side who, it has to be said, were embarrassed at home by Aston Villa. Aston Villa were very, very good in that game. Defensive frailties again for Arsenal. Looking really suspect in midfield as well. But there is a certain player, MO. Does anyone know who that is? Oh yeah, Mesut Ozil. He's just waiting in the wings, but he's not going to be playing. He's not going to be playing this one. So that's Arsenal needing creativity in their midfield, and Mesut Ozil is there, but he will not be used by Mikel Arteta. You just don't know. But for this one, I think Arsenal will bounce back in this game. I'm actually going to go for a 3-1 win to Arsenal. I think Arsenal will win against Leeds United. Leeds United just on a bit of a patchy bit at the moment. But I've just got a feeling that Arsenal will win this one by 3-1. Injury hit Liverpool against injury hit Leicester City. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 4 wins to Liverpool and 1 draw. And the last result was a 2-1 win to Liverpool. Actually, before I start this preview for the Liverpool-Leicester game, rest in peace Ray Clements. Ray Clements died on Sunday. 72 years of age. He was a great player for Liverpool, great player for Tottenham, but Liverpool, he will always be remembered. Liverpool, probably one of Liverpool's greatest ever goalkeepers, you'd have to say, sure. But yeah, rest in peace, Ray. Really, really sad news when that broke through. Now to the game. Liverpool are injury hit, and I will say that now. Salah has got CV19. Yeah, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. Robertson is injured as well. Hamstring injury for Scotland. Really, really interesting to see if he will make it. But Liverpool, we just have to deal with it. This is the thing about injuries. There is a part and parcel of football, and that is injuries. And unfortunately, Liverpool are just experiencing injury after injury at this moment in time. But then again, Leicester City have got the same. They've got loads of injuries. Kasper Schmeichel is now doubtful because he was knocked out by a Iceland player the other night. So that's going to be interesting. Will he make it? Fofana is injured as well. So they've got a few injuries as well. So who knows what teams are going to be put out in this game. But I'm actually going to go for Liverpool to win this one. I think it'll be a very close game though. Going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. I think it'll be a really close game, this one. But really interesting to see which teams are going to be put out. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Liverpool. And now we've gone into the Monday night games, and it is Burnley against Crystal Palace. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 5 wins to Roy Hodgson's men. Really interesting stuff, this one. And the last result was a 2-0 win to Crystal Palace. Burnley. I think everyone is worried about Burnley. You'd have to say everybody is definitely worried about Burnley. 0-0 draw with Brighton in the last game. And again, they just can't score goals. They just cannot score goals at the moment. It's good that they're keeping clean sheets. It's good that they're keeping, teams out. But they do really need to score goals. And this is a big game because Turf Moor is usually a fortress for Burnley, but not recently. Crystal Palace are in very good form. 4-1 win over Leeds United. Eze, in particular, looked very, very good as well. So, really hard one to call. Crystal Palace have won the last 5 meetings between the sides. I'm going to say they will win the last 6. And I'm going to go for them to get a pretty big win away at Burnley. Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 3. I'm going to go for 3-0 Crystal Palace because I think the front line of Eze, Zaha and potentially Jordan Ayew, I think could pose big problems for Burnley. I really worry for Burnley this season. I really do. Not going very well. But again, we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to Crystal Palace in this one. And the final game to preview and predict is Monday Night Football. It is Wolves against Southampton. The last 5 between the sides have resulted in 2 wins to Wolves, 2 wins to Saints and 1 draw. The last result was 1-1 draw between the sides. Wolves losing 1-0 to Leicester City last time out. And it has to be said, Kasper Schmeichel did keep Leicester in the game. They were unlucky. They were very, very unlucky not to, get a result in that game. But, Wolves are not the Wolves of last season. They're not free scoring. They're not doing very well at the moment. But you have to say they will come good eventually for sure. Southampton, very good win against Newcastle United, 2-0. That was even without Danny Ings, and Che Adams is now starting to score goals as well, which is very, very good to see. Armstrong got the second as well. So they've got a good squad, Southampton. What a job Ralph Hasenhüttl has done, though. What a job he has done, considering that they did lose 9-0 to Leicester City earlier last season. And to think that he's turned them around into a very good team now, it has to be said. They are a great team going forward, that are Southampton. Tough one to call. I'm going to go for a draw in this game. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between Wolves and Southampton. So that is it. That is match week 9 done and dusted. As always, leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And like Screenboy8, you will get a shout out in the next video. So the club football is back. Looking forward to all these games at the weekend. Every game live on TV as well. So my predictions are as follows. Newcastle United 2, Chelsea 1. Aston Villa 2, Brighton 0. Tottenham 1, Manchester City 2. Manchester United 3, West Brom 1. Fulham 0, Everton 2. Sheffield United 0, West Ham 1. Leeds United 1, Arsenal 3. Liverpool 2, Leicester City 1. Burnley 0, Crystal Palace 3. And Wolves 1, Southampton 1. So that is it. That is match week 9 done and dusted. As I've said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below. And we'll see what happens. Tottenham against Manchester City. Liverpool against Leicester City. Leeds United against Arsenal. Big games this weekend. There's some big games coming up. That is for sure. And next week we have Chelsea Tottenham as well. So some big games coming up. I hope everyone enjoys this weekend. But if you do like this content, please hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 700 subscribers now. Smash a like on this video as well. Share the video if you want to as well. And yeah, enjoy your Premier League weekend. It's nice to say those words again, isn't it? And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.